Good morning, my dear friends. How are you all today? Today, I would love to share with you something we all do, but we are not aware of. From our early childhood, we try to identify ourselves with a persona called a mask, and we deny all that is against it. We can call this persona a shadow self. When we are wearing and living with this shadow self, what we name it as persona, what happens? Sometimes we tend to be hypocritical. Who is a hypocrite? A hypocrite is an actor. The person is not really living who she or he is. Rather, he is playing a role. And our society encourages to play such roles. And everybody else around us can find the real person we are or identify the shadow self. Except us. We don't understand that all the time we are living out of the shadow self or the mask we are wearing. The person we call as saints, who they are. They are the one for whom the eye need not be protected or projected. Their eye is in total communion with the I am of God. That communion is more precious to them, that overrides everything else. They don't care about whether your persona is respected or different people talk about you differently. None of those things do not matter to them, those holy and saintly people, because for them love overrides and their communion with God overrides everything else. They think love protects them above all. Though, so they tend to be, they strive always to be in the right relationship with God and with everyone else. They are not worried about the me, and they look beyond the me. The more we come closer to the light, then we become very humble. We try to understand the shadow in us. And thus, we are not playing the roles or living our life out of this shadow self, which rather identify itself with the sins it commits, or it hides itself as if it is doing the right thing and the good thing. It calls itself, I am always trying to do the good. I am acting out of prudence and common sense. That is not true, because the name Lucifer, the Satan that really tempts us, leading us to do evil, the word Lucifer means light bearer. It shows darkness as light and light as darkness. When we live out of our shadow self, we are trying to do the same. Our shadow self and mask are not bad, but that does not help us to see evil as evil and sin as sin. So let us understand this. Are we living out of our shadow self, or we want to be in true communion with God, the I am? Have a wonderful day.